Hi Bunzl team, my name is Brian Minch. I am one of the founders and business development managers at Pure Packaging.
Hi, my name is Dan Will. I am also a founder, and I am the vice president of sales at Pure Packaging. And I have been in the packaging business for close to 35 years.
So Pure Packaging's first customer in this industry was Wegmans Food Market Incorporated. My family's been selling them with my original business, which is a brokerage business, for over 40 years now. Back in 2016, Wegmans came to me with a project of fake slate tray. They saw a tray made out of polystyrene and they're like, Brian, we'd love to make this out of polypropylene. Dan, who was a great friend at the time, and I looked up to him in the industry. I met him back in 2010 when I got into it, and he's kind of been a mentor for me in my career. I went to him with this project idea, and then kind of the rest was history. I'll let Dan explain kind of the relationship from there.
So I actually knew Brian as a teenager when I was working with his father who started the business. I looked over my shoulder and I saw this kid throwing golf clubs. And his father goes, what am I going to do with this kid? A couple of years later, and Brian and I are talking about doing a business together. Because Brian just mentioned that he had been working with Wegmans. The business with Wegmans has been 15, 20 years. That his company has been selling Wegmans product. And I had been working with an importer with my old job as a sales manager that imported stuff from China. And we decided to put this company together. And when Brian told us about this project, we said we should include Brian because he's got such a good relationship with Wegmans. And that led us to Pure Packaging.
I'd like to talk about what I call the Pure Packaging secret sauce. It's our process from start to finish. So there's a couple different ways we go at it, but generally we require samples of something that the customer is currently using. We can make some changes. We have a very good engineer that we work with in Rochester, New York, who gets projects done very, very quickly. We can make changes, design changes. Usually it takes a few days. So getting a sample, getting drawings, things like that to get the process started is what we do. And I'm going to explain to you from design all the way to finish how Pure Packaging can be a one-stop shop for Bunzl in any custom or even what I like to call commodity custom projects. Like I said, we start with samples, we start with drawings. Usually takes a few days to get a quote. And once we get a quote, we discuss with your customer, if this price would work for you, we can move on to the next steps, which would involve prototyping. So that part usually takes about 4 weeks to get a prototype tool built and samples delivered with production quality. Once that is approved by the customer, we move right into opening up a mold. Molds typically take 4 to 6 weeks to get made, and then samples are provided shortly thereafter. After that, we're ready to make and ship, which is about a 12-week lead time. So we have some exciting news here at Pure Packaging. We think we're going to be coming out with a very exciting product line in this industry that no one else has access to right now that we know of. One of our trusted suppliers overseas just in September came out with a metallized PET film that can either be gold, it could be silver, one side, both sides. We can do other colors as well, but particularly the black and gold and the silver are some markets that we would love to go after because, as you know, a lot of supermarkets use those black and gold aluminum pans, the smooth wall, or the silver pan smooth wall. And we believe we have a great alternative that can save the customer a lot of money and be reliable for both oven and microwavable use. And as we know in the industry, aluminum is microwavable as well, but a lot of customers at home don't really know that because they're afraid to put something metal into their microwave. So we think we have a competitive advantage from a price standpoint, and we have very good capacity on this, and we will be able to service Bunzl very well in this industry. We're coming out with 4 sizes for Wegmans right now to show them, and I just feel like a lot of your customers should see some samples of our product as an alternative. Because right now, aluminum is at almost an all-time high, and we feel like we're in a very good position to offer the customer a different alternative.
When we first started putting this project together for Wegmans, they wanted a container that was elegant and made out of polypropylene. We developed this, and you can see this container, you can see that it has no ribs on the lids, and you can see this looks like a slate tray, but it's not. Originally, Wegmans was merchandising the cheese and charcuterie on cedar trays, and they wanted something more elegant. Here you see a fake slate, flux slate tray, a lid that has no ribs. The other really cool feature of this tray is the lock audible sound that you lock the trays in place to make sure that the trays are on tight And you can see that this is a superior merchandising tool. So when we first wrote this business and Wegmans signed off on it, I remember leaving the office and saying to the person that okayed this, that, are you sure you have enough inventory? He goes, well, yeah, I put 40% more. 2 weeks later, once it came out, they called us and they wanted us to air freight product into Wegmans because they sold out of it. And what started off to be in the deli department, cheese, ended up in seafood bakery. And it was basically something that was being merchandised better than what they were currently using in terms of packaging. Sushi and prepared foods is also another vehicle, another menu area that they merchandise our trays in. So basically, we're in every part of the store within Wegmans.
These lids actually have a UV protectant to help with UV light to help the meat last a little bit longer in the case.
When a major customer came to us asking us to do polypropylene versus polystyrene, I felt really excited about that project because something I did in the past. I was the first part of a team that actually made the first 100% recycled content, the product that's being used right now, which is interfolded sheets. And so environmental concerns is something that we are really passionate about. A couple of years ago, Wegmans particularly came to us and said, hey, we're getting some pressure to make things more green. And we talked about what we were going to do internally, and we came up with the fact that our product is reusable. And so right now we are reusable, and it really has, it's got more than one shelf life. It's got multiple shelf lives. It is commercial and at home dishwasher safe, so it checks all the boxes that make it reusable.
So let's talk about Pure Packaging sustainability. That's kind of how we first started off as the company. So like I said before, Wegmans came to us with a polystyrene item, and that's not as environmentally friendly, so we changed the items, including their cater trays that were in polystyrene. So our slate trays and our catering trays, we changed to polypropylene, which for them was a lot more sustainable. But at Pure Packaging, we have access to all sorts of materials. We have post-industrial and post-consumer PET. We also have post-consumer polypropylene. We have MFPP, and we've worked really hard with some of our customers to lighten the gauge, to provide less plastic. And we're very familiar with the EPR standards that are coming into this country. Isn't affecting as many people on the East Coast yet, but that's coming. We're also getting into CPET, which is very environmentally friendly when you use the natural color, and it has a very low EPR rating as far as the tax that would be put against it. So, we're here every step of the way. We're very familiar with the materials that can be used, and we're very conscious environmentally with our customers' requests.
So what Brian mentioned, 12 weeks to ship product. The actual process starts with the prototyping, and we can turn prototyping around in less than 6 weeks. And our biggest strength is the fact that we can turn things around quickly, and we actually will go to market with you and get you samples. If the prototype samples may be a prototype mold, but you will actually have samples. And so our customers like the speed of service. That's what we're known for.
So really, I think Pure Packaging is the perfect team. We have a lot of experience. Dan, 5 years?
35 years.
35 years in the industry. I was new at the time, but very aggressive. I moved too quick, as most people would say, but hey, I like to think I'm accurate with it. But definitely aggressive on the sales side, trying to find new business. And then Eric, with all his years of experience with importing. Everything we do comes down to the three of us, and we really try to make the best decisions for our company and the best decisions for our customers, and just the different personalities, different generations. We're all 14 years apart from each other, from Dan down to Eric, down to me. It's just made for great relationships with us and great relationships with our customers, and we feel we're one of the best in the industry at completing a project from start to finish.
So during the last couple of years, with the thought process that we want to reduce plastic in the waste stream, we started developing more Ecolite, which is our less plastic version of our current original line. And you can see the black slate is a pretty nice look. Also have like a marble look. We have a white tray. You can see the look of the white tray. We also have, and I'm going to keep the lid on this, we have a darker wood. The point is that we can make anything. Don't be unimaginative in terms of what you want to do for a customer. When we were in China, our factories, we have 5 factories in China. And when we were in China, one of the factories, I noticed on the wall a printed polypropylene tray. And I said, well, can you do that on our stuff? And they said, yes. So we have an ability to print on the trays as well. So if a customer wants to put a logo, they can. This is just an example. For a packer processor, we developed a tray that would hold a jar separated from the cheese, and we have the ability to do that as the superior merchandising ability as well. So with the success that we have and having with Wegmans, we are in total of 10 major supermarket chains around the country in different degrees. I attended a IDDBA show and we were swamped. And one customer that came out said to us, HEB came to us and said, hey, can you develop a tray that looks like wood? And I said, sure, we can. 6 months, we delivered the product to HEB, and following the 6-week prototype, we delivered a prototype within 6 weeks and turned around and delivered the product to them within 6 months. And if you can see this right now, it started off with an injected molded wood look. And once again, the same features that we have with Wegmans, they liked, and they were going through an initiative that they wanted to remove all the ribs from the lids because they wanted a superior merchandising tool. And you can see it has a wood finish. And it's injected molded. At the same time, they were looking to reduce the plastics in the plastics within their stores, and the cost. And we came out with a thermoformed product with the same lid, and you can see that we didn't sacrifice the look of the tray, but we also produced something that was less money than what they're currently using now, and reduced tons and tons of plastic from the waste stream. And sorry, Mr. Bunzl, but this is the only piece of business that we don't have with you. So when we got this project going, and we mentioned to you before that it was 6 months to the actual thought that we would do this, and we actually delivered product to Wegmans, and they sold out, and it was during the holidays. And we got a call from, Brian got a call from one of the procurement managers saying that they want to replace their current supplier. So Wegmans came to us, and Wegmans came to us in January, and they asked us to replace a supplier on their catering line. And this is what you see right now. So Brian and I, we were in his house, and we were going over the lids because there was a patent on the lids, and we needed to find a way around it. And then Brian said, why don't we just do the lid a little differently and make it a swoop? And all of a sudden we put the sample together, and we put food in it, and we put the tray on top of each other, and we found out that the tray did not, sides did not indent. So part of the design issue that we were having prior to presenting this to Wegmans, current supplier had a patent on the lids, a design patent, and we went to our design engineer who developed a lid that had a swoop that would take the energy away from the sides, which enabled us not to put the ribs that most trays have. So it became a superior merchandising tool, much like our black slate trays. And Wegmans wanted it, and by the middle of the year, we were in the catering business with Wegmans.
So to the best of our knowledge, we were actually the first company that came out with polypropylene square cater trays and rectangle cater trays.
At Pure Packaging, we don't just make containers, we build solutions. Whether you're a food processor or a grocery chain, our team brings your custom packaging vision to life with unmatched speed, precision, and environmentally responsible materials. For distributors, partnering with Pure Packaging means reliability, faster turnaround times, reduced costs, and products engineered to meet the demands of today's market. From concept to shelf, we're here to make your job easier, your clients happier, and your business stronger. Pure Packaging, where innovation meets efficiency.